Hi, good morning. Welcome to our webinar with Coupang Marketplace. On behalf of the Ministry of Trade of Republic of Turkey, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to today's webinar of South Korea's e-commerce market and Coupang. First of all, I would like to extend our appreciation to Ms. Julie, Senior Account Manager at Coupang Marketplace, for joining us today. We are delighted to have the opportunity to benefit from her first-hand insight. Today's webinar forms a part of our preparations for the second Istanbul Global Export Summit, IGEXX 2026, which will be held in Istanbul from 3 to 5 September 2026 under the auspices of our ministry. IGEXX 2026 will bring together leading global and regional marketplaces, retailers, logistics and payment service providers, technology companies, industry experts, and Turkish exporters. Through its conference program and B2B meetings, the summit aims to foster new partnerships and provide Turkish companies with direct access to key actors in the global e-commerce ecosystem. In today's session, we will explore the key dynamics of South Korean e-commerce market, Coupang's business model, and cross-border trade operations, as well as potential areas of cooperation for Turkish companies. We also see this webinar as an important opportunity for participating companies to prepare for potential B2B meetings and future cooperation with Coupang within the scope of IGEXX 2026. Before handing over the floor, I would like to briefly explain the format of today's webinar. Following Ms. Julie's presentation, we will hold a Q&A session. And you already submit your questions, so we will be asking them to Ms. Julie and Mr. Gerald, and we will address as many of them as possible during the session. I would once again like to thank Ms. Julie and the Coupang team for their valuable cooperation and contribution. I would like to thank all of your participating companies and guests for their interest and attendance. I hope today's webinar will be informative and productive, and it will serve as the beginning of new and lasting cooperation opportunities between Coupang and Turkish companies. Ms. Julie, thank you once again for joining us. It is my pleasure to give you the floor.
Thank you for introduction, and hi everyone. Thank you for joining the call today. My name is Julie, and I'm from the Coupang Global Marketplace team. And today I will walk you through why South Korea continues to be one of the most attractive e-commerce markets in the world, and why we see strong opportunities for Turkish products, and how you can start selling to Korean customers through Coupang. Let's get started. Let me start with a quick overview of the Korean market. South Korea has a population of over 51 million people and is the fourth largest economy in Asia. It's also one of the most digitally connected countries in the world, with the internet penetration close to 98%. What this means is simple. Korean consumers are always online, mobile first, and highly engaged with e-commerce. They are also very open to discovering products and brands from overseas. Okay, building on that, Korea is already the fourth largest e-commerce market in the world. And despite its relatively small population compared to the markets like China or the United States, Korean consumers spend heavily online. The market continues to grow and is expected to remain one of the most important e-commerce markets globally. So this is not a niche opportunity. It's a large and mature market with strong purchasing power. Next. Another important trend is that online shopping has become the dominant retail channel in Korea. So online sales now exceed offline retail sales. Consumers prefer online shopping because of convenience, competitive pricing, and the fast delivery. This shift continues to create the opportunities for global brands looking to enter Korean market. Next. Cross-border e-commerce is also growing. Last year alone, Korean consumers spent more than 8 trillion Korean won purchasing products from overseas sellers. That is roughly 5 billion euros or around 250 billion Turkish lira. This shows that Korean consumers are already comfortable buying directly from international brands, and we actively look outside Korea for products we cannot easily find domestically. Next. Now let's look at what Korean consumers are purchasing from overseas sellers. Fashion is the largest category, followed by food, home products, electronics, beauty, and sport products. Uh, while China accounts for a significant portion of cross-border purchases, Europe and the UK consistently rank among the top regions in key categories such as fashion, food, and beauty. Next. Let's take a closer look at what Korean consumers are buying from Europe and the UK today. As you can see, fashion is by far the largest category, accounting for nearly 60% of purchases from the UK and Europe. Food is the second largest category, followed by beauty and home-related products. The key takeaway here is that Korean consumers are already comfortable purchasing European products online. Next. So yeah, beyond the category demand, we also look at what drives purchasing decisions. Price is important, but it's not the only factor. Korean consumers place the significant value on authenticity, brand trust, and customer reviews. So for international brands, a compelling brand story and clear product differentiation can be just as important as competitive pricing. Next. Okay, beyond what consumers buy, we also look at how they shop. So one important insight is that Korean consumers are generally willing to wait 1 to 2 weeks for cross-border purchases. So with 2 weeks being the most commonly accepted delivery time frame. We also found that keyword search plays a critical role in product discovery. Consumers often discover products through searches on Coupang or Naver. Naver is Korea's largest search engine. So in short, success in Korea is not only about having a great product, it's also about making sure customers can easily find and trust your brand. Next. So the question becomes, where exactly do Turkish products fit into this opportunity? Based on current market trends, we see strong potential in several Turkish product categories. First is gourmet food and sweets. Korea has a vibrant cafe and dessert culture, especially among younger consumers. Products such as Turkish coffee, baklava, Turkish delight, pistachios, and dried fruits have strong appeal as a premium international products in Korea. Second is a natural cosmetics. Korean consumers are becoming interested in clean beauty, natural ingredients, and products with the authentic stories behind them. And third, we see opportunities in home textiles and home decor. The home cafe and home lifestyle trends remain popular in Korea, creating demand for high quality textiles and decorative products. Finally, health and wellness products. This category continues to attract strong consumer interest. Next. So what's particularly exciting is that Turkish products have several natural advantages in Korea. So Korea consumers increasingly value authenticity, craftsmanship, and cultural heritage, and Turkey offers all three. At the same time, Turkish products often sit in what we call the sweet spot. They provide the European quality and heritage, but often at a more accessible price point than products from Western Europe. So whether it's food, coffee culture, home decor, textiles, or wellness products, many Turkish categories align naturally with the current consumer trends in Korea. So we believe this can create a strong foundation for long-term growth. Next. So now let's talk about Coupang in detail. Before we talk about Coupang's business, I'd like to share our mission. Coupang's mission is simple yet powerful: to create a world where our customers wonder, how did I ever live without Coupang? So to make that happen, we built the most seamless shopping experience in Korea, powered by convenience, speed, and a wide selection. Next. Now let me give you a quick snapshot of Coupang and how quickly we are growing. Coupang is the sixth largest commerce company in the world. And as of 2025, we generated over $30 billion in net revenue. And Coupang is actually a US-based public company. So we are currently ranked number 132 on the Fortune 500. And the key takeaway for you is this scales becomes your opportunity to grow in Korea. Next. We continue to invest heavily in technology, logistics infrastructure, AI, and innovation to improve both the customer and seller experience. So thousands of engineers actually support our technology platform and fulfillment network globally. So these kind of investments allow us to create the better experience for both customers and sellers. Next. So how do we operate at this scale? The answer is simple, our logistic network. Today, around 70% of the Korean population lives within the 10 kilometers of a Coupang logistics center. So that's very dense. That is why we can deliver today or tomorrow, even on weekends and holidays. So we now serve over 24 million active customers, and we are still expanding. By 2027, so our goal is 100% local delivery coverage nationwide. And this level of speed is one of the key reasons customers choose Coupang. Next, now let me walk you through why customers love shopping on Coupang. So first, look at delivery. Just mentioned, fast and reliable delivery, which includes same day and next day and even dawn delivery. And wide selection, customers can find anything and everything from daily essentials to fresh groceries all in one place. And customers enjoy discovering unique global brands they cannot easily find in Korea. On top of that, we have a WOW membership program. This is very similar to Amazon Prime. So customers enjoy fast and free delivery for a low monthly fee. So WOW membership offers not just free shipping. It's actually beyond the shopping. We offer even more. We offer free food delivery through Coupang Eats and free streaming via Coupang Play, keeping customers engaged across the entire Coupang ecosystem. Next. So now let's focus on why sellers should sell with Coupang. Number one, customers. So Coupang gives you access to over 24 million active shoppers across Korea. This is nearly half of the entire Korean population. And we're Korea's number one shopping app across all age groups. So to give you an idea of our dominance, Coupang sees 3 times more traffic than the second largest shopping app in Korea. So global brands get visibility right where Koreans are already spending their time. And most important thing, no Korean required. We are very easy to start. Onboarding is simple and English only is totally fine. So you don't need a Korean company and you don't need the Korean language capabilities to start. We also offer multiple sales models, so you can choose the option that best fits your business setup and goals. I'm going to cover in detail later on. And lastly, our partner network. We have several partners who can help you sell, deliver, and market your products. So we can actually share the full list of the service providers so you can grow quickly in Korea. Next. Now let me explain how actually you start selling on Coupang. So we offer 3 selling models, 3P, 2P, and 1P. But for most global brands, the starting point is 3P marketplace. So there's no Korean entity required and no Korean labeling required for your products. And with our logistic partners like ACS, you can deliver to customer in just 3 to 5 days, which means you can start selling almost immediately. For Turkey, we found also logistic partner based in Turkey now. So we are still in the middle of the integration, but you can use this service logistic partner later on. Which means you can start selling almost immediately. Now, as your brand grows, some sellers expand into 2P, where Coupang takes over fulfillment and enables same-day or next-day delivery. However, 2P does require a local Korean entity. So in most cases, brands move into this model after validating some demand through 3P. And at the top is 1P, our wholesale model. Here, a Coupang purchases inventory directly and manages the entire customer experience. So it's a very powerful model, but it's highly selective. So typically, this is for brands that are already well established in Korea. So the journey is simple. Start with 3P and build the demand and then scale into 2P or 1P. So for brands entering Korea, 3P is the fastest, simplest, and most realistic way to start. And our team is here to support you every step of the way. Next. So now a question we often get is, what can I actually sell on Coupang? The good news is that the vast majority of products can be sold through our marketplace. There are only a few restricted categories such as alcohol, like cigarettes, prescription-related products, certain medical products, and other items that are regulated under Korean law. In most cases, if you're selling consumer goods, food, beauty products, fashion, or lifestyle products, you are unlikely to encounter major issues. And if you are ever unsure, our team can help review your products and guide you through any applicable requirements before you launch. Next. So one important category to be aware of is quashi drugs and medical devices. In Korea, some products that may seem like ordinary consumer goods can actually fall under regulated categories and require additional approval before they can be sold. Examples may include certain oral care products, sanitary products, contact lenses, and other health-related items. So because their requirements can be quite complex, we generally recommend speaking with our team before preparing the listing in these categories. And we are happy to help review your products and identify any regulatory requirements early in the process, or we can even check the prohibited ingredients in advance. Next. So another requirement that often comes up is KC certification. You can think of KC certification as Korea's product safety certification system. So not every product requires it, but certain categories, especially children's products, electrical products, and some consumer goods may need KC certification before they can be sold in Korea. Okay. Selling on Coupang is more than simply listing just products online. We provide onboarding support, seller educations, and marketing opportunities, and access to tools that help brands grow in Korea. So we have an onboarding team. So once you sign up as a seller, so you will be eligible for onboarding program. Then they can guide every single step. Next. In addition, our seller support team works closely with the brands. And so for onboarding and training to like multilingual support and service provider introduction, we are here to help sellers navigate the Korean market. Next. And once you're live, we offer a variety of the growth tools, including advertising, promotions, brand stores, My Shop, and customer engagement solutions to help accelerate your success. Next. And getting started is actually very simple. There are no sign-up fees, so you only pay when you make a sale. It's all commission-based. And the sign-up process is fully online, and the required documents are straightforward. So for brands looking to enter Korea, this is one of the fastest way to get started. Next. So if you are interested in exploring opportunities on Coupang, we'd love to hear from you, and you can reach out to our team through the contact information shown on this slide. And we will be happy to discuss your products, category opportunities, and the best way to get started. And our global marketplace team will be visiting Turkey this September and would welcome the opportunity to meet with brands and partners interested in the Korean market. Thank you very much for your time today, and we look forward to meeting many of you during our visit to Turkey this September.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for the valuable presentation. Now we have Gerald here and we have you here. Now we can, I think, go on with proceed with the questions.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have well, quite a number of questions here. So let's start with the easy ones. Is it possible to work under a consignment model with Coupang?
Consignment model, currently not. We actually have but instead we have a coupon fulfillment program, but it's only available in United States and Japan at the moment. So if you have an entity in the States or Japan, you can start with the Coupang Global Fulfillment. Otherwise, you need to work with our logistic partners. As I mentioned during the webinar, the ACS or another Turkish company we are working with. Yeah, this is the only option for in terms of the fulfillment part.
Okay, thank you. And does Coupang onboard companies based in Turkey? And I think you already answered that, kind of, but
Yeah. Sure. As I said, yeah, you don't need a Korean legal entity to start a business in Korea. Yeah, you can start with your current entity.
And let's go with maybe could you share general information about the fashion category on Coupang? Maybe performance or like advertising options and similar considerations, maybe.
Yeah, we cannot share the specific number of the sales or data, but yeah, we do see some trend because we have a Farfetch, right, in the Coupang. So we also have a C Avenue badge. This is also for the brands, our local brands who are being sold in department stores. So yeah, the fashion category itself is strong, but however, you need to consider the return rate and yeah, and all the stock for all the different options. Sir, is there any comment?
Yeah, let me add on to that. So the fashion category for Coupang has actually grown quite well. In particular, the luxury fashion category because of Farfetch. Our acquisition of Farfetch have accelerated luxury fashion products into our marketplace, making it easier for Korean consumers to shop and purchase their luxury products. We also the other types of fashion categories that do really well on Coupang are sports fashions, accessories, shoes, bags do really well as well. And for generally, as Julie mentioned, when it comes to apparel and shoes, the return rates are much higher, about 30%. But when it comes to accessories like bags, eyewear, they have a much lower return rate, closer to 10%. Right now, the average return rate for global products bought on Coupang is about 5%. So I could give that as a reference.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I think it will give a quite good reference for everyone. And what additional support or programs does Coupang offer to sellers that are ready to invest in and grow in the Korean market?
Yeah. So I think in terms of onboarding, we have an onboarding team. So that means you can have a dedicated account manager for onboarding during the onboarding program. So this is usually for three months. So they will actually guide how to list your items and how to set up your logistic when you list your product and how to ship your product when you have a first sales, and even they can coach, the the product listing, how to customize your listing page and product information. So you can leverage this onboarding program to get used to the Coupang's ecosystem. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd like to add on to that. So for global sellers, you also have access to Global Shopping Day, which is an exclusive promotion period. It happens every month, 3 days in a month, where we feature global selection to our customer base at a discounted price. And on top of that, there are different types of promotions that sellers can apply for. We also help our global sellers advertise their products not only on Coupang, but also off Coupang by introducing them to marketing agencies that can support them on creating awareness on social media, such as getting influencer reviews and also getting more reviews for their products on Coupang. We also have additional, we have a recently launched review program for sellers to get more reviews on their sold products by paying the customers about 2,000 won. So that's roughly about $1.50 US dollars for every review that a customer puts on the product after they have purchased it. So these are kind of the various ways that we're helping sellers to market their products on Coupang, also off Coupang.
Thank you. That was very valuable. And let's continue. Can sellers based in Turkey use Coupang's fulfillment and warehousing solutions directly, or do they need to begin with cross-border direct shipping model, which is something you already answered, but maybe we can like give a little overview. Yeah.
I mean, some sellers already have experience with overseas shipping if they have a D2C channel. So if they already have logistic partners, they still can use their partners. However, if they have no experience with the overseas shipping and they don't know how to ship the products, they can use the fulfillment program that I mentioned during the presentation. So we are working with the one Turkish logistic company. So once the fulfillment program is launched, that means the seller just ship their inventory to the fulfillment center, then they can handle everything about shipping. So they can store the inventory and they can ship, like pick and pack and labeling, and they ship to the product to the end customers. They can handle everything, from end to end. And then Turkish sellers can actually track the end-to-end shipping on Coupang system.
Thank you. Actually, please, Gerald.
So I was going to add that. So that service that Julie mentioned is a partnership, right, with a Turkish logistics company, and it allows for an automated fulfillment experience for Turkish sellers so that they don't have to handle this cross-border delivery to the customer in Korea. Now, I also understand that some of the Turkish brands here, you may already sell in the US and you may have inventory in the US and you may even have a US company. If you have a US company, another option to consider is to use our cross-border fulfillment service called Coupang Global Fulfillment. This service is available in China, US, and Japan, where we have our own warehouses in those countries, and we can store them for sellers there. And when there's an order, we ship it cross-border to the customer. Now, as Julie mentioned before, the cross-border model is very attractive for new brands because they can sell these products, food products, and other types of products with more flexibility on. There's no need to have any Korean labeling, for example, or certifications. If you want to use our fulfillment services in Korea, if you want to use our warehouse in Korea, the only way to do that is you need to set up a Korean company. That Korean company will be the importer of record of your products. So that Korean company will have to bring those products into Korea first, and then you ship it to our warehouse in Korea. So if that's something that interests you, we can connect you to the team as well. Right?
Yeah, thank you. There is a question. Well, we have questions on the chat as well, so we will go over them in a minute. But we have a question about the commission rates. So in addition to category-based commission rates, are there any other charges, such as monthly listing fees, store operation fees, or payment process fees? Are new sellers from Turkey eligible for special commission discounts, advertising credits, or a dedicated account manager?
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, when it comes to the fees, so yeah, as you said, we operate on a commission-based model, but the good news is that there are no sign-up fees to start selling on Coupang. So basically, if you don't generate any sales, there's no fee you need to pay for, right? But like other than commission fee, a small processing fee is applied to the shipping fee that sellers set on their products. Another fee is that for sellers generating over like 100 million Korean won in monthly GMV. So a monthly Coupang service fee of 50,000 Korean won applies. So in euros, it's going to be 40 euros, 30 to 40 euros. Yeah. So all commission and fees are like automatically deducted from your settlement. So there's no separate payment process required. Yeah.
Thank you. And maybe well, we have a lot of questions about the food category. But I'm trying to just come up with a question that kind of covers all the aspects of it. So maybe how selling process on Coupang and the cross-border e-commerce procedures for food products in South Korean market work. So in terms of maybe certificates that they need to obtain, or advertising wise, or like the language wise, or the tax wise. What can you say?
Yeah, I think I covered the restricted category and products, but food is usually okay. Yeah. But custom clearance. But it's because we handle the cross-border shipping. We don't really we don't really take the the fresh food or frozen food. Yeah.
So let me add on to that. So when it comes to food, the food that, because our model is cross-border direct to customer, and it's usually almost every of that order is delivered by air, right? Unless the distance between the seller and the customer is very close, where you can send it through ocean within a day. All the food that we sell through the cross-border model is usually processed food. When it comes to frozen or fresh food, it's very expensive to put all these in cold chain, so it's not recommended. Plus, also live fresh foods, there are a lot of import customs restrictions that apply once they arrive in Korea. So if you want to, for the cross-border model, we recommend mainly processed foods. But if you want to sell fresh or frozen food, then we need to connect you to a different team that's in charge of sourcing, the team that buys products, not the marketplace team. In the sourcing model, when they buy your product, they will support you and they will handle also all the import requirements. And then you would normally send your products by ocean freight in cold chain and to our warehouse, where they would ensure the products remain frozen and kept in a frozen section in our warehouse. So that's kind of that was how we normally handle a fresh and frozen food. Now, on customs clearance, as Julie mentioned, typically processed foods, the main thing to look at is the ingredients list to ensure that the products do not contain ingredients that the Korean customs prohibit. So, for example, no hemp seeds would be allowed, right? And supplements, there are certain types of food products where if you're selling more than a certain quantity, it would incur customs duties. So typically in Korea, any cross-border item, if the order value is less than $150, there's no duties, no customs duties applied. If it's over $150, then there'll be custom duties. When it comes to food products, if it depends on the subcategory, but if someone orders more than, I believe it's 5 bottles of a supplement, the 6th bottle onwards will be dutiable, regardless of the price. So there are some of these exceptions that a seller must take into consideration. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Gerald. Thank you so much. And thank you for answering the questions in the chat as well. So we have 2 questions left on the chat, and you're already writing an answer, so thank you. And I will go with the Turkish question on the chat. So food supplement sellers are wondering what we can do to promote our products even better on your marketplace.
Okay. So this seller is asking about the promoting on Coupang platform or
Yes.
like a banner.
Yes.
Yeah, as I shared during the presentation, I think so usually they spend some money for the search keywords. I think that's the most important, and product ads. However, we usually recommend to invest a little bit of budget for the off-platform marketing, like external channels such as Naver or Instagram and any other social medias, because usually when the new brand launch their new product in Korea, there's no brand awareness in Korea, right? So when we think of the Coupang's customers' behavior, we usually find the information of the products outside of Coupang first, and they want to buy this product, then they can search the product on Coupang. So yeah, as Gerard mentioned, we also have a service provider like a marketing agency. This type of agency is specialized in helping global sellers to succeed in Korean market. So we can also introduce the marketing agency for external marketing part. Yeah.
Well, thank you for all the answers and for the presentation. And I would like to thank everyone who has participated and asked questions and listened to in such an early morning in Turkey. So thank you everyone for the dedication. And thank you for our technical team and the interpreter as well. And if there aren't any more questions, I would like to end our session for today. Thank you again for joining us, Gerald and Julie. We are very excited to see you in Istanbul as well. And we are waiting every company who has joined us here today in Istanbul as well. So please come and join us and meet Coupang in person. Thank you and have a nice rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you
Yeah,
all.
thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Bye.